Scarpins Avenue.
Dave, how is it going? Are you ready to do this show?
Yeah, it's going great. It's going
is.
really great. Yes.
Dave, I can't imagine things ever possibly going better. Will you tell people out there where they can find us?
That's a funny question. If they want to check out our show, you can check us out at Six Unseemly on all social media and unseemlyquestions.com.
100% true, Dave. 100%.
How did you know?
Just because we've done it a million times. All right, let's get the show started.
Six Unseemly Questions!
Welcome to Six Unseemly Questions. I'm your host, Victor Varnado. This is my sidekick, Dave Rosinsky. We've got a great contestant on the show today. Please welcome Tatenda Mbudzi. Close. Did I do it pretty good?
That was really good.
Thanks.
I like that one, man. That's cool.
Great look
Like
out
a cartoon.
there. All right. And also, we have a wonderful studio audience today. Please welcome our studio audience, Tiana Miller and Amy Shanker. Welcome to the show, everybody. All right. Tatenda, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I would say like maybe a 12th of our audience watches the YouTube videos rather than listening to the audio. Just letting you know.
Okay, good.
A lot of effort for the YouTube audience. But anyway, let me tell you exactly how the show works, and then we're going to get started. Here's how the show works. I'm going to ask you 6 unseemly questions. At the end of each question, I will ring a bell if I like your answer like this. However, if I do not like your answer, I will not ring a bell, and I will tell you why. Regardless of how many bells you get at the end of the show, I will decide whether or not your appearance on the show is worth giving you $5 whole. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, so it is time for question number 1. Question number 1, how is dating going?
It's horrible. It's horrible right now. I keep matching with people on Tinder that I think are really attractive, and then as soon as I go to chat with them, they unmatch with me. I haven't really, I guess the quarantine going on, it's been hard to go on dates. I'm just kind of I think I'm watching a lot of porn, and it's like desensitizing me to like human contact. So
Okay, so
That should have happened a long time ago already. Anyway.
I mean, my main question for you is, if you are on Tinder and people are de-matching with you when you talk, what are you saying?
well, actually, I say, hey, how's it going? And then it's just like, bloop, unmatched. It's like, what?
You say, hey, how's it going? Is that right? I mean, I don't know, because I mean, here's the thing. Initially, I would think that if you'd be one of those guys who would immediately, like on Tinder, like their first line is "show me that booty hole" or something like that, and then of course the women would unmatch with you. But instead, your needle is pointed far on the other side of the gauge.
Yeah, I'm very polite. I'm really polite.
Yeah, which is, you're super polite, and it's like, hey, how's it going? But also that has a possibility of maybe turning off somebody because they're like this person. I mean, in my neighborhood, we would say has no game.
Yeah, maybe it's just I am lacking game right now. I need to like up the ante, but not go creepy.
But you're very limited in what you're able to do right now. So,
I mean, is it? Am I correct?
The profile.
It could be the profile.
No, he could read the profile and maybe ask a question.
Oh yeah, she's giving you some insight into how to do better on Tinder. Amy Shanker, thank you.
I should do that.
He's
Look
not
at the
asking.
profile and then say something personal.
You could also just only talk about yourself and never read the profile.
Honestly, I met my wife on a dating app, and I did do that before I spoke to her.
I met Victor on
Just
Craigslist.
saying.
Maybe that's the way to do some research and then come up with a.
Research is for nerds.
I am a nerd.
All right. Well, you just got to go with what your heart. You got to just go with what you feel.
All right. For that question, I'm going to say a bell, and I will tell you why. Because I think we all get it. Okay. It is time for question number 2. But before we do that, can you tell people out there what you do?
Hey, so I'll reveal my face for this somewhat. So I am a filmmaker, writer, comedian, actor, and I love to tell stories. I love to perform. And what else do I do? I illustrate as well. I do a little bit of everything. Maybe too much of everything, but I do a little bit of everything.
I'm exactly the same way. I found that recently, and this is going to make you throw up, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So a lot of times when people ask me what I do, it was hard to answer that question because when you do so many things and all of them are important to you, it's hard to decide like what do you do? And then recently I figured out that the best response, I think, is to say that you are a creative. See? All right. It is time for question number 2. Question number 2. What's the most annoying thing people ask you about your name?
Actually, it's not necessarily what they ask, but it's basically the little joke, the jokes that they try to land about my name. For example, one person will be like, Tatenda, the pretender, the number one defense. Some people will try to rhyme.
All right. So you're telling me that people take your name as a rhyming challenge. And you know what? For everybody who's listening out there, what you didn't hear, which was cut out of the show, was there was a big interruption with my cats rushing into my office and my wife rushing into my office. And not really, it wasn't important. Everybody was just messing around. Anyway, so the actual question was a little derailed. So I'm going to say no bell on that question.
I hadn't finished answering.
Oh, you haven't finished answering? See,
yeah,
it was totally derailed. Okay, well, I'll give you a chance to finish answering, but I'm going to let you know that probably it's going to be no bell. So go ahead and finish answering.
Okay, I don't need the bell. I think I just need to get this off my chest. But
okay,
one friend's dad used to call me, used to be like, "Hey, Tatenda, that's like Nintendo," and he just called me Nintendo for the entire 2 weeks of summer that I spent with them. So that's another thing people do. They just kind of assume they just kind of go with a nickname that they create on their own. But then I did end up using that in some of my stand-up. So I guess maybe that's a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, it seems kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, it was pretty disrespectful.
It's cooler name than being called Sega Genesis.
Possibly.
Are you on the side with Dave where you think that the Nintendo is better than Sega Genesis?
I would have preferred Sega Genesis, to be honest.
Yeah, it was after the original Nintendo. It was a better system, right?
All right. I'm still going to say no bell because we did end up talking about Genesis and Nintendo.
You had a second chance there. But...
All right. Tatenda, it is time for question number 3. Question number 3. Would you open mouth kiss a horse for $10,000?
$10,000?
For $10,000, would you open mouth kiss a horse?
What do you mean open mouth?
Right now, I need that money. I need it. So yes, I would. Unfortunately, I would do it, and it would. Oh my god, that'd be so gross. It'd be so. It might bite my mouth.
Yeah,
that is funny. That is exactly what I said when we were writing these questions. One of the things I said was I would be afraid the horse would bite my face.
Yeah, maybe it's not worth it.
Is it worth it? Because if it bit your face, I guess there's two kinds of bites I could think. Like the one where there's like a big red mark on your face and you have a permanent scar that looks like horse teeth, and then the other kind is where you just takes your lips off.
Yeah, because horses have a lot of neck power. That's like they're all muscle in their neck. So if they bite and then go like or whatever, then I'm done. Actually, so I'm gonna say no.
What if you put an apple in your mouth and you give it to the horse, you're kissing it with the apple and it eats it, and everything is fine?
Yeah, what if it was like a choreographed romantic kiss with the horse?
If it was a pony, then maybe, because ponies are, I guess, nicer.
What about a mule? You ever make it with a mule?
I'm going to stop this right now. I don't want to hear the different animals that Dave can come up with.
Who started this stupid
I'm not going to let you
conversation?
interrogate him on different kinds of animals that he may or may not kiss. And I will say this. I will say this, Bell, on that question, because you had the same fear that I had about the horse biting your face. That probably says something more about us as people.
I thought you were scared of spiders.
I am not scared of spiders, Dave.
Yeah, I like spiders actually.
If I was scared of spiders, I could never hug your mother because they crawl out of her hair every time I'm close to her.
Oh.
All right. It is time for question number 4.
Bad one.
Question number 4. What would I have to do for you to kill me?
Tell me that I'm not funny and try to mask it as advice.
If I told you that you were not funny and tried to mask it as advice.
That's all it would take?
Actually, if you killed one of my family members, then I'd definitely have to kill you.
If I killed one of your family, oh, you're changing your answer now.
I think I'm just adding an addendum. Both answers are still valid.
Wait, is it an addendum or is it an either or sort of thing?
It's an addendum.
Yes, and.
So, it's and. So I'd have to tell you weren't funny and kill one of your family members.
Actually, no, it's an either or. But if you did both, then I would dismember you, I think.
You would dismember me. All right, so
Just for saying you're not funny?
Well, and for killing someone in my family.
So it's and not either or. It's and. You have to do both.
If you did either, I think, okay, if you told me I wasn't funny, I would definitely feel like killing you. Actually.
So it'd have to be something like, hey, you're not funny, and I killed your uncle.
Yes. But also, now that I think about it, I think if someone bullied me when I was younger, I think I still kind of want to kill those people.
But
wow, it sounds like you've got a lot of killing going on.
But I mean, you haven't killed those people, so
yet.
And the question was, what would I have to do for you to kill me? So I'm going to say no Bell on that question.
It's all right.
I think that's fair.
I think just not enough murder on that one. Cost you the bell.
I'm not a killer, I guess.
That doesn't make sense.
I'm being sarcastic. It was a lot of murder that he talked on that one.
Oh, you mean
I'm a little concerned.
His conversation about wanting murder. You were like, not like actual murder on the question.
No.
It is now time for question number 5. Question number 5. How would you smuggle a potato across the border?
I would.
Which border?
Yeah, which border? Canada?
That's up for you to decide. You can decide which border.
We can't bring a potato to Canada. We got to hide it somewhere. I can't just hold it and be like, hey, I'm here.
I think I'd have to put it in my pants. Because
you put it in your pants?
Yeah, because when I was crossing the U.S.-Canada border, they searched my entire car, but they didn't search my pants.
So you would just put a potato in your pants?
I would put the potato in my pants.
It's a long drive up there, too. Would you drive the whole way with it in your pants or just put it in at the border?
I put it in right before there's a gas station before the border in Bellingham, so I'd probably get gas, put the potato in my pants at the gas station.
All right, now that's specific.
I would say put it up my butt, but I don't think my butt can handle that much size yet.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like that's the answer Victor was looking for. So,
no, that wasn't. Here's what I thought when I wrote the question. I thought to myself, people will think that I want them to say put it up their butt, but most people won't answer that. And so I think that this proved true that even though maybe you would have considered the butt answer, you went with an answer that was more reasonable, which is to put it in your pants. And also you had the prior research of going across the border and knowing that they didn't search your pants.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say Bell on that question because it seems accurate. There you go.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right. It is time for question number 6. All right. Question number 6. What's your favorite comic book?
I would have to say Black Sad. Have you heard of it?
Black Sad?
Yes, it's basically an anthropomorphic cat in a world of anthropomorphic animals, and he's a detective, and it's very film noir set in the 50s, 60s. He's a black cat, and it deals with issues of race. And he's a working class detective, a private detective, and he gets caught up in all these very intriguing cases involving, for example, polar bears who are in the Ku Klux Klan, and there's another adventure where he's investigating the murder of a nuclear physicist, and he has to stop these nuclear scientists from being murdered and figure out which one of them is doing it. So it's a really intriguing mystery noir, and it's all animal character, and it's just so beautifully drawn.
Is it a series or is it like a graphic novel?
It's a graphic novel, I would say. So I have the collected edition, but there's separate ones which are shorter graphic novels. So it's like a comic book graphic novel.
Who publishes it?
Dark Horse in the US.
Oh wow, I've never heard of it. Sounds cool though.
I've also never heard of it. So I'm going to say no bell because it's hard for me to add to the conversation.
Okay.
Although I do want to check out the
Even
comic
after
book.
that very, very good description he gave about the entire comic book, you're not going to give him a bell because you didn't hear of it. He pretty much described all of it to us.
I
don't think he did, and I want to kind of check it out. But however, to answer your question, yes, I am not going to give him a bell on that question because I didn't have enough information to add to the conversation intelligently.
Well, in terms of like popular comics, I'd say Spider-Man or Batman.
Oh, you're dumbing it down for me? Well, definitely no bell. You know?
I'm just saying,
No bell.
if you're looking for like a broader range.
Oh, well, if you like Spider-Man? You like Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Bell.
Batman?
Wow.
Batman.
Well, I've asked you all 6 questions. Now it's time to decide whether or not you get $5. But before we do that, can you tell the people out there where they can find you?
Yes. So I am. My name is Tatenda Mbudzi. That's Tatenda Mbudzi. I'm Tatenda Mbudzi on TikTok and Instagram. And on Twitter, I am TA10BA, Tatenda, a literal 10 in the middle of my name. And what I do is sometimes I post weird videos and I write a lot. I'm thinking of starting a podcast, but I haven't figured out what I would talk about just yet.
Do a game show about 6 questions.
That's a really good idea.
Wow, Dave. All right. Great. Great, Tatenda. And now it is time to decide whether or not you get $5. Dave, what do you think? Should Tatenda get $5?
Yes. And I feel like if I said no, then the only other thing left where I have to kill one of his family members, then he'd come and get me. So yes.
All right. That's a lot of conclusions you've jumped to. Tiana, what do you think? Should Tatenda get $5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Go for it. If I got $5, yeah.
So you, think
You did.
everyone
You
should just
got
get
$5, so I
$5?
think that he should get $5. Now you're feeling generous.
Yeah, why not? I'm thinking I might even get McDonald's after this. It's a whole new world.
Get
Sounds
the
pretty
app.
good.
Get the app.
I'm looking right now. I am. So
Yes, there you
And
go.
what about you, Amy? What do you think? Should Tatenda get $5?
I would say yes, only because he was so desperate for money that he was going to let a horse bite his tongue off.
I remember that.
And Rachel, what do you think? Should Tatenda get $5? Rachel, our producer, everybody.
So my dating life is also not going so well.
Here we go.
And because of that, I feel bad. And so, yes, $5.
Appreciate that.
You feel bad because his dating life is also not going well, you're saying? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Did he even say that, or you just?
I don't know
making
if
it
he
up?
said that.
Yeah,
Well-
he said that in the beginning.
That his dating life was bad?
Because
Yes.
of the online stuff.
Horrible.
Oh, it does suck. I'm sorry. Then my apologies.
You
your
know what?
dating life is terrible. I apologize.
I do not accept your apology.
Well, Rachel, I'll tell you what. I was actually apologizing to Tatenda at the time. I was apologizing for
Completely out of
thinking that his
context,
dating life
Rachel.
was better than what he had said and forgetting that he had said it was bad.
I still do not accept your
however,
apology.
That's true. That wasn't yours to accept, but this one's for you. I am sorry, Rachel, that I was wrong about saying that about you understanding whether or not Tatenda's dating life was bad. I am sorry that I was wrong. I hope that's okay with you, Rachel.
Apology not accepted.
This is great. What a wonderful producer we have. It's Rachel Teichman, everybody. Look her up. Make sure to send her pictures of like turkeys, chickens. She loves them.
Yeah, right, please.
And now, finally, Tatenda, should you get $5?
I think I should. I'm trying not to be hard on myself this year, which is really hard. A part of me is just like, I wonder if I could have done more. But you know what? I'm going to say I did a great job. I believe I should get $5.
It's only January 2nd. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I know, right?
I mean, your answer was so sincere. I'm going to have to say you get $5. Congratulations, Tatenda. You get $5. Just have to wrap up the show here. So, Dave, what did you think of this week's show? What did you learn?
Learned about, everybody's just not happy with their dating situation right now. And that, internet and Craigslist. So.
Internet and Craigslist. That's right. And you can find us out there at Six Unseemly on all social media and unseemlyquestions.com. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Starbane's Audio, a podcast network.